But now you're just my non-existent biological father. So yeah, shout out to my non-existent biological father. Sorry to take the time away to get into that, but I had to explain that.
Nah, for real.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the podcast, bro.
Thank you for having me.
And now,
So yeah, to wrap up that Clout versus craft, fuck that shit. I'm just here to put out the content. If you like it, you like it. I'm not here to chase the.
It is what it is.
if you like it, I love it.
And the thing about the viral thing is, the viral scope goes that, and then it goes that. You get all that clickbait for one view, and then you might retain something, but it ain't worth it for me to chase it. For me to try to get that huge hump for one video.
I want to stay up there.
Yeah, like that. So I'm
Because if
just.
it's the real
I might
deal,
as well
guess
just
what?
do this.
I want to put out tracks that 20 years you'll never get tired of it. You know how you got those tracks like
Michael Jackson.
No matter how many times
Drake.
it plays, you don't.
No,
You don't want to turn it
but
off.
that's the reason why we rolling out it the way we are. I said, bro, I put out projects, 12 songs,
Mhm.
and the next week didn't do anything else. I'm never doing it again.
Yeah.
I said, if we have a record, the rollout's gonna be different. Who cares? If people are mad if you not put out the full video on Instagram, you know what that means? They want to see it.
Yeah. And I think that's the levy part where I have to, like, as a producer and somebody that, like, I'm the type of person, like, when, like, shout out Tommy McClellan. Tommy McClellan is my biggest client actively. And they rent out the studio. I do a lot of side work for them and stuff like that. I just shot a comedy show with him and Jay McBride. Jay McBride's got a Netflix special. She's kind of a big person.
Wow.
Transgender comedian. They got to find their part.
Clicks.
So, yeah, exactly. Like, no bullshit. But Jay is funny. She's hilarious. So, like, but Tommy's my biggest client, and I utilize him to, like, press something that shows, like, YCC isn't, yes, it's Black owned, but it's everybody made. So we're not just here, like, yes, Blurred Watch, Black Nerd podcast, two protests to right, two black guys, Our Sins and Woes, Black Millennial podcast, but we're not just here to push a black agenda. For the sole content creation, sure. But as far as what YCC can touch, I got to touch everybody. Pause. That sounded really ditty.
That's actually crazy.
But it's got to appeal to a lot of people. So, and that's what I like using people like Tommy to be able to get the message across and get that versatility out there to show that we're not just for a select group of people, we're for everybody.
Yeah.
But then it's content for me. I can't afford to get the viral moment. I have to constantly put out content.
Yeah, I think viral is there for a reason when it's ready. I think that the moment you press viral, the moment you got to accept the downfall of whatever you're putting out.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't ever want to rush viral. The viral should catapult you to another stratosphere, not go up and come back down. Like the fact that you've been doing this
For too long.
for
Almost 5 years.
almost as long as I've been doing music.
5 years now.
I've done music maybe 2 years longer than you've been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I've never pushed for viral, and we can still be able to sell product.
Yeah.
As a reason. It's because like you're not pushing for like the rise and fall. Let it come.
Yeah. If the content's good and you're consistent, it'll come.
I prefer the J. Cole method off of any method. J. Cole created a whole.
Sorry. I'm sorry. That was so unnecessary. I think J. Cole's one of the best lyricists in the game over the last decade.
He is.
But I just had to throw that joke out there.
It took me later on in life to
appreciate what J. Cole is?
Yeah, it did.
It happens.
I knew he was hot in the beginning. Like in the beginning when I used to listen, I'm like, man, he's hot.
It was Power for me.
But
Power
later
was the one that
on,
really
I
turned
was
me around.
like, oh, he's hot.
That's a lie. It was Nobody's Perfect. That was what made me a J. Cole fan.
Oh, that was
Perfect
my
for me.
favorite song. I was in high school in computer class just singing it.
She says she only fucked like
To the
4 or 5
top of my
niggas. So
lungs.
you know you got to multiply by
By
3.
three.
A feature
Hey,
of Missy Elliott.
With a
Oh,
feature
my
from Missy
goodness.
Elliott.
Hey,
That thing
that
is
messed
fire.
up a lot of them women that was saying, I only got 2 on my resume. What?
But
You got
brothers
6.
of me.
My math, I had J. Cole math. I did. But
I still have J. Cole, man.
but he had a cult. He created a cult following, and the thing about him is like he had people buy in. Like he wasn't going to do the big festivals. He created a festival,
Agreed.
and he had people coming to
And
us.
Dreamville is a fire label. I'm a big fan of Boss. I think Jid is one of the best.
Hey, his last
He's
project,
hot.
I think Jid is one of the best artists.
his last 2 projects for real, but the last one definitely fire.
Not of
for
all
sure.
time, but out right now. I think Jid is like, I always make the argument, and niggas hate it because I'm a bigger hater than Kendrick Lamar. So I always say, what can Kendrick Lamar do that Jid can't do? Jid has matched Eminem.
Well, the difference between them two is that one had Dre and one didn't.
True. I give you that. But surround sound is a fire ass beat. So do you need Dre if you can pull a surround sound?
But him doing surround sound, Jid has always let everybody else know that there's Dreamville, but there's me.
Yes. And that's the distinguishing factor.
I respect Kendrick, but I'm JID.
Yeah.
And so for him to do that, I think it's fire. And I connect to spiritual, and so he's that. And so he always makes sure it's not superficial what he does with the art. I respect that.
I don't want to take away from the time from this. So I do want to talk about your new project, Stereotypes. But I wanted to say something before I got into that. I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was.
Take your time, brother.
Oh, I want to dive into you, Bishop, for a second.
Yes, sir.
Your inspiration for getting into music. Now, you've been pretty church involved.
Yep.
What was your inspiration for finally like saying, all right, this is my call to the world?
Basically, just we live in a wicked world. You know, there's temptation all over. You know, and people just like to rely on things of the world. You know, to get through. And you feel me? But I know deep down in my heart, the only thing that can get you through is the love of God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mother passed when I was young, when I was 7. So I could say
Condolences.
my mother was a singer too. My father's a singer, you know, and my mother, you know, she's singing in church. So the reason why
you come from this.
I come from this. So the reason why I live like I do is basically to live on my mother, because she was a good person, wonderful person, loving person, and she taught me how to do nothing but love. So I can say my inspiration is to be a living legacy for my mother that didn't get a chance to really live.
That's fire.
She passed at 24 from a disease that was non-curable called cystic fibrosis, when mucus overrides the body. And she took a chance of having me, and her having me knocked about 10 years off her life. So she could have lived to 30s, but she only lived to 24. So I can say
you
that's
kind of don't have a
inspiration.
choice.
Yeah.
You got to.
I got to. I got to be a living legacy.
Yeah,
you know?
like
You know?
it's like and I'm not saying this in disrespect fashion. Don't give me away, no shape or form. But like the torch has been passed.
Yeah.
That's kind of like for the way you verbalized that just now. It's like the torch has been passed. She sacrificed so that I could be in this world.
That I could be here. So in the beginning, I probably questioned God as a kid, but I had an understanding. I said,
well, you were a block.
Yeah, basically, yeah. basically, is her life would not be in vain. That's what it boils down to.
That's a
So
crazy fucking a motivation that only somebody could wish for. Is like you don't. Again, I don't want to say you don't have a choice, but it's like it's that level of motivation that can't compete.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean when I say you don't have a choice. It's like, this is God body. Like, this is deeper than what you think.
This is destiny.
Yeah.
I just have to walk in it.
Yeah.
You know? It's already
the path
written.
has been set. I'm cruising through.
It's like I'm chosen. Gotta be, you know? So that's it.
That's a crazy backstory. Just to why you do music? Like, that's a crazy backstory.
The crazy part about this is I didn't hear this story until a couple of days ago.
Based?
And I've known him for years.
Also based?
Like, our relationship has evolved over the years, but I've never known certain depths of it even that he can get into yet, but just like certain things that I've known over the past few days, past couple weeks, past months, new information that allows me to understand
who he is and how he moves, why he moves. Not even just how he moves, but why he moves.
Why we connect so closely. Mind you, my parents have been here forever. His mom was passed when he was 7. My mother's father died, was murdered when she was 5. Not direct.
Yeah.
But their understanding of what it's like to lose a parent at an age that's young, I connect with my mom.
Yeah.
Which allows me to connect with him a little bit different.
Crazy, isn't it?
And so just like it's just amazing how like just life happens and unfolds and how you connect and tap into
what
the art.
Scopes what person, yeah.
Yeah.
Like what scopes you to be who you are and stuff like that. And the fact that like the reasonings can be different. Like shit, the reason why I'm who I am is because of my watching my parents disconnect from their parents in a weird way. Not like my parents hate my parents or anything like that, but knowing that my parents are so different from their parents, but also knowing that it's justified because I'm different from my parents. And that's what motivates me to keep moving. It's like, I get to use that as like, my parents don't have to be my source of motivation for me to why I move forward.
I see.
Yeah. My parents went a different route in life. And I was like, no, I've always been the rebel of my household, like in the sense of rebel of my family. So I'm always going to try to do something different to show that there's a different way to go about it. But I can't ever say, I can never be, let me not say that. I can never be in your position, so I know that I can be in your position where it's like, that's your motivating factor for moving through or why you push forward or like why you continue to create. Because my parents aren't a fan of Our Sins and Woes. They hate Our Sins and Woes, actually. But they're not my motivation for why I do this.
Yeah.
So God forbid something happened to Q. Oh, I'm going to keep this shit going for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But that's my best friend, but that's not my like blood relative.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy what people will find or what sources of motivation people will find to keep pushing forward in whatever source of like, not just like you show up to your 9 to 5 because whatever reason, but like you going out of your way to create content and what your motivation behind that is. That's another story in itself. That's fire. Yeah. Like again, you were born for this.
I was born for it, you know. And the way I walk humble. I mean,
you've always been
the trials and tribulations. You feel me? You wouldn't know because I bring peace. I bring joy. You know.
You ever come across like type person like, hey, get the fuck. You've never like radiated that.
But
energy.
It's like what I've been through. You would have think I would be like.
Well, you are blocked.
But you feel me? I was in and out, you feel me? But that's a God blessing that I was able to experience both sides, the church and the street.
Yeah.